Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you today. It has been one of the the most very active days out here in the Western Pacific. That is, we have seen two tropical systems developed. One just towards the east of the Philippines. Was expecting that one to become our next named storm system, Halong, but it actually still is continuing to develop. It's a large monsoonal gyre of a storm, but farther towards the east, we do have now tropical storm Halong. This one beat it to the punch, and this is going to be the bulk of this update here, what we're going to be talking about, because this has been one of those very unexpected storm systems. It was starting off very slow this morning. The Japan Meteorological Agency had it as a weak tropical depression, and over the course of just a few hours, basically from about 11 a.m. around about 10 a.m. Guam time to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, this storm system spun up really fast, and we actually seen an eye develop on it, or what looks like an eye at the very least from visible satellite imagery. Outer rain bands already starting to push on shore, and now at this time, according to the Guam National Weather Service, typhoon watches have been put in place, indicating typhoon strength winds 120 kilometers per hour or more is expected into the next 48 hours. At least at this time, though, many residents out here still being caught off guard. Jim Eds out here, and he is relaying some information to us. People just don't know a storm is coming just yet. If you are on Guam, be sure to tell people, because this is still a developing story. You can see some people out here in the water enjoying their holiday, it looks like. We do have those typhoon watches in effect, at least at this time. Let's go back to that satellite imagery. Even some of the outer rain bands pushing onshore. Latest radar imagery as well. You could see that eye starting to become closer and closer. The Japan Meteorological Agency even issued an intermediate update, which they typically do not do at 03 UTC, upgrading the storm to a tropical storm, and it's expected to continue to intensify. We could be seeing those typhoon strength winds out here in the Mariana Islands. Furthermore, it's got a lot of rainfall, a lot of moisture to deal with here. You have that entire, basically, monsoonal trough here. It extends all the way back towards the east. We actually have a few tropical systems in the eastern Pacific, but we have our monsoonal gyre there just sucking up all the moisture. And it does look like Halong here, it's far enough towards the east that this storm system is not having a major role in stealing its energy. And that's the good news there. Well, bad news, I guess, for Guam. But we have been seeing this starting to consolidate, and there's your storm system here. Now, if all of this continued to rotate, and it doesn't look like that is the case, this probably never would have got off the ground. But I think that it let go of its grip enough earlier on today that we started to see that development really occur, and it took off really fast. So what's going to be happening here? Well, the conditions, they're going to go downhill here on Wednesday. Wednesday, wet and windy conditions throughout the day on Guam, Rota, and Saipan. As I mentioned, typhoon watches are in place for Guam. Also, I know Andersen Air Force Base, you've been put under Core 3. You're under typhoon watches, so don't really pay attention too much to what the core system is at this time, people. Remember, if you're in Guam, you have the Guam National Weather Service, so if you are military, the core system, I feel, is obsolete. But this is what we're going to be seeing, though, the storm system pushing overhead on Wednesday. I know we often say the right front quadrant is the worst of the storm, but by Wednesday afternoon and the evening, I think the worst is actually going to be on Guam. What we have is the bulk of the convection of the storm system. Remember, it's still developing, and it's still on the southern periphery of it. You have all that moisture inflow coming in around the southern periphery. So I think, yes, you're going to be seeing the gusty winds out there in Rota and also over towards Saipan, but the bulk of the rain showers, that thunderstorm activity, and even some of these storms which could produce water spouts, that's going to be on Guam, where the bulk of the population is out here, and also where Jim Eds is, and hopefully can relay some good footage with us here, and definitely always appreciate the stuff these guys give us. Wednesday through Thursday. Thursday conditions will be improving. I think the bulk of the showers will end by Thursday late morning. Still some gusty winds, and then basically by Friday, conditions are going to taper off. The winds will improve. And, storm system should be over for the most part, but it's going to continue to track off there, well, towards the west. And the other big question is, where will it go after that? Well, it could follow in the footsteps of our other storm system, but highly unlikely. I do think that this is going to round the West Pac High and push off there towards the north. We actually go out towards our morphed microwave imagery here, and I can show you on our screen what we're going to be seeing with this storm system as it does push off there, basically towards the northwest, wrapping around that. Here, I'll put it up on your screen for you. So wrapping around the Westpac High right here, you're going to have your overall background flow, and this is going to follow around where that area of dry weather is, likely. Now, if all this dry air in the Westpac High ridge basically pushes farther towards the west, following this monsoonal gyre is just so large, but if that does push farther towards the west, we could see the storm system impact Japan. But right now, model consensus has phoned in, and it does look like that's probably not going to be the case. This is probably going to lift off towards the north along the western periphery of that high. So if you are into Okinawa, Tokyo even, I think you can breathe a sigh of relief. If you're in Iwo Jima or any of the Ogasawara Islands, probably not. You're probably going to be getting hit by this storm system. But, hey, at least at this time, this is something we're definitely going to watch through the coming days, everybody. And thanks again for tuning in with us here at westernpacificweather.com. Though, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always post them down there in the comment box below. We always appreciate your feedback and any other information you may be able to relay with us. We always appreciate that as well. As always, though, stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.